How does the modern woman try to manipulate you into chasing her back again? That's a good one for you guys, especially guys that are gullible and naive, that are not good at having proper discernment. You guys are going to love it. It's going to help you grow and stop that bullshit. So the first thing that often I have something in my throat. So the first thing that often modern women will do is use social media. That's the thing. Today, people have access to people so easily, so it's so much easier for someone to try to bait you into coming back into their life or attempting to come back into their life versus back in the 80s or early 90s or even early 2000s. Obviously, in the 2000s, there was Facebook that came out, but you know, it wasn't like it was today. So the thing is, the first thing I can tell you is the typical move is she'll start liking your stuff. She'll start liking your posts, maybe even comment on your posts as if nothing ever happened. She might have disappeared on you, ghosted on you, or things went south, and she'll come back as if, yeah, nothing happened. And that's her testing the waters. It's to see if the water's cold, ice cold, or if it's warm, or if it's boiling. You know, when I say boiling, it means you're too hot for her. Meaning, like, I don't know, she leaves a little comment and you write like a freaking paragraph as a reply. It's boiling. She's gonna be like, okay, like, what the hell? She's gonna leave right away. But also, if it's cold, she's gonna back off because, or some women will go beyond that, because some women, it's because they're toxic. Like, they're very toxic, is that they'll actually enjoy that you'll push them away, and they'll come back harder towards you to try to like please you. But we're getting deeper into the nuances, so we'll keep it simple for now. But yeah, so yeah, she's testing the waters. And by the way, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying like, oh, she's testing the waters, and if you reply normally, it's like, good, you guys are gonna start talking. No, I'm talking about women that try to manipulate you. So the specific kind of women I'm talking about that are gonna do these moves are women you want to just toss aside. You do not want to give them a second thought. Like, cool, they did that or whatever they attempted, cool, noted, checked, okay, next. Like, you keep focusing on you, the new connections that you have. If you're dating somebody new, that's what matters. These past women, they're in the past. There's no room for them to come back. So that's why I'm saying this. I don't want you to see it as, oh, okay, so it's a way for us to reconnect. Like, no. Like, because I've mentioned on other videos, if things went south the first time, it's probably going to go south again the second time. It demands tremendous maturity, and I'm not even going to get in that subject on this video, for two people from the past to come back together and actually make it work. Regardless of if it was a super long relationship, a short dating situation or whatever, it's very hard. So you might as well not adventure yourself in that. So yeah, so she's gonna start liking your posts and watching your stories more, maybe liking your stories. She could even reply to your story or send you a DM, but very light. Nothing too expressive, because she doesn't want to get hurt. She doesn't want to get rejected. Fear of rejection. A lot of women have that. Men too, but more women have that than men. Because men, they can get over it. A woman that gets rejected, oof, they can actually get more aggressive because they can't accept that they got rejected a lot of times. But yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing I was gonna say is she might actually that one's funny, but she'll try to make you look bad for stopping giving her attention. So what that means is that let's say you stop talking to a girl, okay, because you see that, okay, it's not gonna go anywhere, and she's wasting your time, and you're like, no, I don't have time for this. Do not be surprised if it comes back to your ear or even like, you know, like you got a vibe that like she's talking crap about you. Okay, like she will most likely do this. That's why you'll often hear the quote of God removes certain people in your life because he heard the conversations that you didn't. Is because, I'll be honest, if a woman is not on your side, meaning she does not support you, she's not your number one fan, and like really wants to like see you thrive, and she kind of is like playing games with you, she is most likely, there's a high chance that she's talking shit behind you. That like she's, you know, she'll maybe say things that she finds annoying about you, or you know, she'll criticize you and stuff, and you have no idea, but she'll never say that to your face though. Why? Because when she got you, or at least she thought she got you, because let's say you got away from it, obviously she's gonna be nice to you. Like, and then of course there's those guys that they lack so much self-respect that the girl can actually be rude with them and they'll still stick around, and that's really pathetic. But there's some guys that are, I call them half simps. You know, I went through that phase myself. And when I say half simps, is that the woman does not dare to be disrespectful to him directly or insult him, because she knows that like, nah, he's gonna like say like, okay, fuck off. You know, but the guy's still sticking around. The guy's still having hopes that things might progress, even though she's flaking or she's playing games. And I'm saying the bad game, not the good game. So yeah, so don't be surprised if she'll talk bad mouth you, pretty much. Especially if you cut her off. Oh, then she might turn stories. She might even talk about you to other guys. And this is why you need to understand something. When a woman that you cut off, and you've noticed certain patterns about her, you need to understand that these things that she did with you, very high chance she'll repeat that with the next 5 guys after you. Even the guy that she might end up in a relationship with. Because very few want to look inside. Very few want to look inside themselves and be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe next time I'll avoid doing this to have a better outcome with the guy that I want to be with. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you know, women and even like people in general that try to manipulate, even then they're in a certain pattern. They're in a pattern of manipulation. So someone that has discernment will see what that person is doing. They'll be like, yo, like, who do you think I am? Maybe it works with a naive person, but like, I've been through a lot of stuff. You're not gonna fool me with that stuff. You know, so, and that's what I want you to build for yourself, to be able to have solid discernment and be able to like catch all the bullshit, you know, and be like, no, like, this is not gonna work with me. Like, I see what you're doing. So yeah, so don't expect that. And by the way, if even like, that's extreme, that never happened to me, but I've heard people and I've seen stories about that. If someone starts talking, no, my bad, it did happen to me in 2023. Yes, it did. But you see, it backfired and I kept my cool. There's a part where I didn't keep my cool, but then I managed to keep my cool and it backfired on her. And that person she actually, she's the one that left the environment because she caused too much trouble. And this is why it's gonna come back to the pattern. It's to let you know that if you ever get into a situation where a woman tries to make you look bad and makes rumors about you and says that like, yeah, he's like that, he did this and everything, my advice to you, stay cool. Do not get into that game of replying and trying to like make your own stories and bash it, because what's gonna happen is that it's gonna look like two people who are intense, and then it's like, who do we believe? But if you keep your cool and you don't even feed that, that's where people are gonna be like, okay, why do you keep talking about this? The other guy looks fine. We look at him, and yes, some people might look at you with dirty looks or try to like, you know, it's almost like a form of intimidation because they only got one side of the story. You just do your stuff. And you're going to see eventually what's going to happen, because the person is in that pattern of being a liar and like starting rumors. she's gonna start doing that to the same people that maybe she even opened up to. And then they're gonna be like, oh my God, she was the problem. Yes, like they say, the common denominator. Exactly. So you don't need to worry about these things. Like, just keep your cool. If you know you did nothing wrong, just keep the proofs, keep the conversations that you had, and you're gonna see, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna blow up in her face one day. Like, you don't need to feed that. Another way a woman is gonna try to lure you in is she'll try to hit you up and say that she wants to see you, or like, oh, it would be cool if you guys hung out. But then when you make the plan, she flakes. So basically what she was doing is she's just doing that to see if she can still have your attention or make you spend some time on her. And the thing is, like I said, well, how do you deviate that? Well, it's simple. She's from the past. You do not give a time of the day. It's that simple. Like, honestly, when you get to my level, it's very easy. Message sent from a person that you've cut off from your life. You open it, leave it on read. That's it. It's like they got the answer. I read the message. I've seen it. The notification said, seen. I've seen the message, but I don't see the value in answering you. There's no point in answering you. It's like, it's a waste of time. And that's it. And the person has to deal with it. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I didn't give an answer or whatever. Who cares? They're not your problem. You know who's your problem? You're your own problem. You got to deal with your own stuff. You don't have to start worrying about someone that disappeared or that didn't respect you. Like, no, none of that. That empathy stuff, you don't give those people that. There's a way to give those people that. It's from a distance. But you don't start feeding energy into that. You can do so much more with that energy. Don't feed that. I love using that word, don't feed that. So you make them starve. That's how it works. Now the next way a woman from the past that will try to like get you, the modern woman from the past will try to do, she'll try to pitch you against other men. So like what's gonna happen is, and that's more in the early stages. When it's been like months or a year or years, she won't do that anymore because, well, she might do it, but you won't feel the effect. It's the new guys. Is that she'll talk about you to the other guys. But what I was gonna say that is that in the beginning, when let's say you just cut her off, what she's gonna do is that she's gonna quickly try to find another guy just to like make you jealous and hope that maybe you're gonna try to compete for her attention. But most guys, like I said, unless a guy really has no self-respect and he's crazy in love with the woman, he's not gonna try to go back to the woman and say like, please, like, you know, like I want to be with you, or I want to go out with you or spend time. He's not gonna do that. Most guys, when they see a girl bring a new guy, he's like, out. That's actually one of the moves that gets a simp out of the simp mode. It's normally when he actually sees the woman went that far to bring a new guy in his face, he's like, I'm out. Like, nah, that's like, it actually, because I can give you my own experience when I went through like what I call the hell phases. That was 2023. It's so funny. The switch is that before I would cut off the connection or the situationship or whatever, the anxiety, like I care about her or whatever, which was not really true. It was just the anxiety speaking. But the thing is, just to say that, like, you feel all that emotional charge, and then the moment you see her, let's say and you can tell, like, she comes with another guy, and it's like she'll like be all over him, you know, purposely in front of you and stuff like that. At first, yes, it's gonna like trigger you, but then you're gonna be like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna keep feeding that. Like, why? And it makes actually the process easier to move on. And you see, that's what I find funny is a lot of women are not even aware of that. A lot of women think that like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him more like that, you know, like I'll show him that I got options or whatever. And she's not even aware that by doing that, she just freed him. But now there's another guy that's in the loop. But that's his problem. That's not your problem. He's not your bro. That's not your problem. Let him deal with it. It's not your issue. You don't have to save no one. But the thing is, yeah, so that's another way that the modern woman tries to get men to come back. Now, the bonus that I was going to give you is that some women, and that you got to be careful, my man, but it's that when you start becoming more powerful, yeah, you're in power. When you start becoming more powerful and you keep rising and rising, and you start dating, okay, and you have a woman in your life, and you're just killing it, you know. It's not just the dating, it's everything in your life is going well. What's gonna happen, and I can almost guarantee you, it might not happen, but the chances are small that it's not gonna happen. Women from the past will reappear. And it's even easier today because back in the days when there was no social media, she had to hear it from someone that, like, yeah, I saw him with this girl or whatever. And now it's easier for people with social media to kind of like gauge, okay, there's a feminine presence or there's something going on probably. And the thing is, because of that, you cannot be surprised. Because I can be honest with you, not my first, even my first one. Every girlfriend that I've had, right when it was like, so it was when it passed the point of like just talking. It's like we're actually dating and we're getting more intimate. And when I say more intimate, I'm not talking about sex. Like, intimacy is not just sex. It's like there's really, like, you know, the conversations are more intimate and stuff. Every time, there's always that random hoe from the past that comes and is like, hey, how you been? Or, like I said, reply to your story with a heart face. Oh my God, you improved so much. You gotta toss that out. And why I'm saying you gotta be careful, and this is why I call it a bonus, is because when you become a man in power, sometimes that power can get to your head. And I made a video about this months ago. And what I mean by that is some guys, let's say they start dating a woman and things are going well, and that's the thing, you got to be careful. You cannot let the fact that the woman is giving you attention and giving you that sweet love, okay? You cannot let that be the source of like, oh yeah, I'm the man. Because if you let the woman be the source of that, what's going to happen is that you're going to start depending on the woman's behavior towards you to feel like the man, okay? You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, what's going to happen is that not only are you dependent now on the woman, you're starting to become dependent on her to feel good as a man, but also it could get to your head. And when it gets to your head, this is where some guy fumbled themselves, is that a woman from the past is going to reach out, and the guy's gonna be like, "Ooh, okay, she's back, huh?" And there's both sides. There's both sides that can be stupid. There's a side where the guy is completely gullible and he's like, "Oh my gosh, she's back." It's like he forgets the new girl that he started, and usually it's because the guy went for a girl that he doesn't really like. So it kind of shows to you that the new girl that he was talking to, he just went with her because he didn't want to be alone. So it's like, dude, wake up. Go for a woman that you actually desire. Don't go for a woman just because you're sick of being alone, and maybe subtly you want to make the other one jealous. Like, no, you're not better than her then, okay? But some guys are that naive where they'll meet a girl, like, she's beautiful, she's caring, she just likes the guy so much, but the guy, because he's naive and he still has a little bit of attachment to that past woman, the past woman comes back, he fumbles himself and goes to the past woman. The woman messes him up, screws the new relationship that he was gonna have, just because he lacked the internal strength to like just move forward and actually put that where it belongs, in the past. You see what I'm saying? But there's the other side that's also dumb. It's the guy who's like, oh, I'm gonna mess with her. No, you do not want to mess with her, because guess what? If you mess with her, and you play around or whatever, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna go meddle in between you and the new girl. So you do not feed that. That's why I said leave it unseen. You leave it unseen. You can leave a thumbs up if you want to be salty. Like I think it's more salty to leave it unseen. I don't even, I'm so it's funny, what I'm gonna say is that I became lazy. But I'm not lazy, obviously, because I'm so proactive with everything I do. But I became lazy with certain things. So, for example, somebody sends me a message and I think it's stupid to answer to it. I'm not even going to say, why are you texting me this? Why are you reaching out? Just seen. You see what I'm saying? Maybe the fact that I leave it on scene is just to send a message. It's like, it's pretty much don't reach out to me again. Like, I'm not going to answer. And if the person would abuse whatever, then I would block him. It's that simple. But no, I do not, I don't feed it, because to me, just pressing to put the reaction, it's like, nah, too much energy. I'm preserving my energy. I'm preserving my energy for good stuff. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that it made you maybe a bit more aware of certain things that you have to be careful with women from the past. Because like I told you, women from the past, very often, they're not there for good intentions. They're just bored, and they just don't want to see you move forward and grow. So if you guys enjoyed that video, you can maybe say in the comments certain things that you've experienced yourself. And don't forget to subscribe, like that you won't miss the future videos. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.